Is it new news or old news? Flip through lesson 9, and you're looking at the problems, looking at the questions. So it starts on page 531. Decide if this is new news or old news. Colby, what do you think?
Kind of between because it's higher numbers.
Okay, kind of between because it's old stuff with higher numbers?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other thoughts? What else is different? What else is different, Tyson?
They go up by 2.
Okay, so the coordinate planes aren't just counting by 1. Some of them are counting by 2s. If you look, some of them are counting by 3s. Emma?
It's giving us like a graph, and it's not giving us one of the numbers from the coordinate plane. So we kind of have to identify the y.
Okay, so it gives us enough information, but it makes us do some work before we get the ordered pair for the coordinate plane. I agree. Anything else? So I liked Colby's answer. It's actually some new stuff mixed in with some old stuff. Okay, so it is a good mix of old and new. So we're just going to do a couple examples because there's not much I need to teach you. I just need to mesh some old stuff together. So example 1 says, Trisha and her friends decided to rent bicycles to ride on their weekend trip. Bikes and More charges $5 for each hour, and Adventure Bikes charges $10 for each hour. Find the cost of renting a bicycle from each store for 1, 2, 3, and 4 hours. So we're comparing 2 different stores. How are they having us organize our information? Drake, how are they having us organize our information? But once we get our answers, how are they wanting us to organize it? Who can answer that? Noelle? What do we call these? That's why I'm asking, because we need to, we're working on our vocabulary. Rory? A table. So we're going to use a table to create our coordinate plane graph. So Bikes and More, who can help me fill that out? For 1 hour, how much does it cost at Bikes and More? Aubrey? $5. $5. So fill that in. 2 hours. Noelle? 10. 10. East and G, 3 hours.
20.
15, good job. Arabelle left. Drake, 4 hours. 20. Okay, what about at Adventure Bikes? Brennan, 1 hour at Adventure Bikes.
5.
Hold on, we have to go back to the information.
10.
$10, good job. Madison, 2 hours.
$20.
20. Dylan, 3.
30.
30. Emma, 4.
40.
40. Okay, so have you filled out a table like that before? Okay, not in 5th grade, but previous years. So that's old news. But we're going to use that to create a coordinate plane. So what do we need to be able to put points on a coordinate plane? What do they have to give us for us to be able to put points on a coordinate plane? Sophia? What do we need? What do they have to give us for us to be able to say, I need to put a dot right here? Can you be more specific? If they gave me like 7, would that be enough information? What would they have to give me? Can you give me an example? Okay, Dylan, can you add to that?
Like
an ordered pair. So we are going to use a word problem today to create a table, to get ordered pairs, to graph the ordered pairs. Okay, those all mix together. We need to know one little tidbit of information. What's important in an ordered pair? Easton, T. What's important to know in an ordered pair? Okay, where the comma is, Noelle?
Whether the y-axis or the x-axis.
Yeah, is it my x coordinate or is it my y coordinate? Because if I flip those, Grayson, does it matter? If I flip, yes, if I flip my x and my y number, remember on our maps yesterday, you're taking them to the lions when they're supposed to be at the tigers. You're nowhere near where you're supposed to be. So the order matters. So here's really the only new thing I'm going to teach you today. On a table, unless it tells you otherwise, which most of the time it just assumes you know this, the top number is your list of x values and your x-axis label. The bottom is your y. Go ahead and label that. So in a horizontal table, why am I calling that a horizontal table? Brennan, why do you think I'm calling that a horizontal table? Because the numbers are arranged horizontally. The top one are our x values. The bottom ones are our y values. What else could a table look like if it doesn't look like that? Madison? Okay, what do you think we call that kind of table if it goes straight up and down? Aubrey? Not parallel. Parallel means the lines would never cross. Noelle?
Vertical.
A vertical table. Somewhere out in the margin, it doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be very big. It looks like you guys have a little room right here. I want you to draw just a little vertical table. Anywhere where you have space. It doesn't have to be very big. If I use those same two labels, because I could turn any horizontal table into a vertical table. If I use those same two labels, where do you think hours would be? On the left or on the right? Mila, what do you think?
Right.
No? So what does that have to be? Left. Hours would be on the left, and the dollars or cost would be on the right, which means in a vertical table, it makes our life a lot easier when we're pulling ordered pairs because it's x values on the left, y values on the right, just like in an ordered pair. Okay, so now knowing that information, it's asking me to come up with the ordered pairs. Caleb, can you give me the ordered pairs for bikes and more? Just by looking at this table, can you give me ordered pairs and tell me how you're coming up with them?
1, 5.
Okay, how'd you come up with that?
Because the hours was 1 hour and the cost is $5.
Okay, yeah, because you just look vertical there, 1, 5. Next one.
2 and 10.
2, 10. Next one.
3 and 15.
3, 15. Last one.
4 and 20.
4, 20. Oops, I skipped right here. Generate ordered pairs. That's what we're doing, is generating. That's a fancy word for write them. Let the x coordinate represent the number of blank. What is the label for my x coordinate, Dylan?
Hours.
Hours. The number of hours. Let each y coordinate represent the blank. Callie? Cost. Okay, that's really just telling the labels. Okay, let's go to adventure bikes. Tyson, can you give me an ordered pair for adventure bikes? 110. Okay, go ahead and give me another one. 220. Aubrey, go ahead and give me the last two.
330 and 440.
330, 440. From there, could I graph those 8 points on a coordinate plane?
Yes.
Yeah, you guys all practiced that last night. You know how to graph points on a coordinate plane. Okay? How much more would it cost to rent bicycles for 3 hours? For these types of problems, you will have a quick number, an expression to solve. Just a short, quick problem. Kylie?
30 minus 15.
Okay, where did you find those numbers?
Because for 3 hours at adventure bikes, it's $30, and for 3 hours at bikes and more, it's 15. So
Yeah, so we would look at 3 hours for both of them. It's an easy comparison. And she said it's $30 at Adventure Bikes and $15 at Bikes and More. So I can do 30 minus 15, which is what, Rory? 15. So my answer would be, how much more would it cost? It would be $15 more. Oops, my 5 looks like a 6 because it connected. $15 more. Remember, when we put a dollar sign, it goes in the front, not in the back. We put it first, we say it last. It's weird, but that's the way it goes. Once you have that, flip the page. It wanted us to graph those points at the top of the next page. I don't like that they were like you'd have to flip back and forth. I'm assuming we all know how to graph, and we're going to do more on the next page. Okay, so we're going to skip the graph for that one. But that's really all today is. It's just filling out a table, using the table to complete a graph. So we're going to do the 2 examples on page 533. Oh, did it go backwards? Thinking about it. 532, one more. $533. Okay, now one thing, since we are talking about 2 different things and we're going to be graphing them on the same graph, that you are going to have to show that they're different. Because if you just have a bunch of dots, it's hard to tell which is which. So I want you to keep your pencil out and then get out either a colored pencil or a pen. I don't want you to use marker, highlighter, or crayon. So pencil, and then either a colored pencil or a pen. So that when we graph these, we can easily tell which one goes with what. Okay, so number 2 says Speedy Cab charges $2 per mile traveled, while Purple Cab charges $4 per mile traveled. Find the cost of traveling 1, 2, 3, and 4 miles for both cab companies, then graph the results. Emma. Okay, so pick up your pencil. We're going to start with pencil. We are going to do Speedy Cab from start to finish, and then we will move on to the other one, okay, instead of flipping back and forth. So, Callie, I'm going to use red for Speedy Cab. You guys are using pencil. How much is it for 1 mile at Speedy Cab? $2. Okay, Michaela, 2 miles. 4. Easton G, 3 miles. 6. Zach, 4 miles. 8. Now, your book won't tell you to do this on all the problems, but your teacher is telling you to do this on all the problems so you don't make a goofy mistake. On your homework tonight, once you create a table, if it doesn't ask you for it, do it anyway. What do you think I'm talking about? Nope, don't redraw the table. Callie?
Put your X and Y.
Okay, you could add in your X and Y. I agree that's a good place to start. Why is it important to know that, Easton T? So you can write your ordered pairs. On your homework tonight, anytime there's a table and a graph, I want you to put in the middleman. What's the middleman between the table and the graph? Ordered pairs, okay? You're going to do your ordered pairs. So for this one, we're just going to write them right here next to it. Okay, who can give me one of the ordered pairs? Mila, give me one of the ordered pairs.
2 and 1.
Start with the first one. Okay, is it 2, 1 or 1, 2? 1, 2. Colby, can you give me the next one? 2, 4. Good job. Michaela, the third one.
3, 6.
3, 6. Grayson, the last one. 4, 8. Now, Colby already picked, or no, I don't know if it was Colby. Tyson, I think, picked out that we're not counting by ones all the time. And that's okay. When we are doing these, pretty soon you guys will number them. Today, they're already numbered for you. You just have to count by the same thing on the x-axis. So if this one, notice between 0 and 1, they split it. So what are they counting by on this graph, Caleb? By halves. That's okay as long as they count by halves the whole time. So this would be 0, 1/2, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4. So as long as you're consistent for the whole axis, you can count by whatever you want. What are they counting by on the y-axis here, Madison? Twos. Okay, as long as they're consistent, they start at 0 and count by twos the whole time, that's okay. Now it just makes graphing a little bit more challenging. How do I graph 1 mile? How do I graph 1, 2? How do I graph 1, 2, Dylan?
You start at 1 on the x-axis and then go up 2.
Yeah, so really we always start at the origin, okay, just to get you in the habit of that. But yeah, then we go to the right till we get to 1. I'm going to get rid of all these red lines. Oop, not that. We go to the right till we get to 1, and then up till we get to 2, which would be right there. Because you go over till you see the 1, and then up till you are even with the 2. 2, 4. Kylie?
You have to go over 2 from the origin.
Yep, from the origin over to 2, and then
Go up to get to 4.
oh, up till we see 4. Grayson, what about 3, 6?
You go to your 3.
Okay, go right till we see 3, okay?
And go up 6.
Up to the 6. Okay, last one, Caleb.
Go over 4 and up 8.
Okay, over 4, up to 8. Now, we're almost done with that one. We did the table, we did the ordered pairs, we did the graph, but we need the whole world to know that our pencil means speedy cab. So you have different options. In the book, it kind of prints it next to it. Can we write nice and neat and tiny? Not all of us, okay? So what we can all do is pick up your pencil. We're going to draw a dot down here and say that this color dot is representing speedy cab. Okay, so we're creating like a key. So anybody who looks at our graph can say, okay, the pencil represents speedy cab. Does that make sense? Okay. Now pick up your other writing utensil. I'm just going to change to blue. And we have to do the same process for purple cab. Who can fill in the bottom row of numbers for purple cab? You got to read the text at the top. Michaela?
4.
Okay. 4.
8.
8.
12.
12. 16. Good job. Okay, now what do we have to do, Brennan?
Write your indices.
Our ordered pairs. Let's do our ordered pairs. What's the first one, Brennan?
1, 4.
1, 4. Sophia, what's the second one?
2,
2, 8. Tyson, what's the third one?
3, 12.
And the last one, Easton G.
4, 16.
4, 16. Now we have to graph them. Colby, how do I get to 1, 4?
I have to, for speed cap, I have to use my pen because I already put it up there. Okay. So I have to put it up.
Okay, how do I get to 1, 4?
You get to your 1.
I go right till I get to 1 and then up to the 4. Good job. Madison, 2, 8.
You put your 2 on the x-axis.
Okay, over to 2, up to 8. Good job. Callie?
You go over 3
Okay.
to your right and then up to 12.
Good job. Last one, Noelle?
You go over to the 4 and then you go up 16.
Good job. Okay, one more thing. Brendan, what am I missing?
Your dot under
Yeah, I have to tell, what does my blue dot represent?
purple cap.
Purple cab. Okay, now, they usually ask you questions. There's all kinds of questions they could ask. They could ask you at 1 hour, how much more would it cost you to go with purple cab than speedy cab? They could say, if you bought 2 hours or if you went 2 miles in purple cab and got out and got in speedy cab and went 2 miles, how much would you spend? They could ask you lots of questions. This one says, does the difference in cost between the two taxi services increase or decrease as the number of miles increases? So what does difference mean? Madison? It could mean different things, you're right, but what do you think it means here? Okay, it is the answer to a subtraction problem. So it's saying the difference between these two, as miles increase, so as we go further to the right, what do you notice about our dots? Rory?
They go further up.
They get further apart. Notice as you go over, the red and blue dots get further and further apart. So what does that tell us about the prices? Michaela? Is the difference between them increasing or decreasing? Increasing, because that gap's getting bigger. If it was decreasing, what would happen to the dots? They would be getting closer and closer. So this is increasing. Okay, I'm going to give you a couple minutes. I want you to try and do number 3, start to finish. Start to finish. Focus on one person at a time. Do all of Jennifer, and then go back and do all of Carmen. On this one, you don't have a ton of room to do your ordered pairs there, so you can just do your ordered pairs out here to the side. Okay, get your 2 colors ready to go. Okay, so you can just do your ordered pairs out to the side. I'm going to give you a couple minutes to work on that. Okay, let's go over it real quick. Who can fill in Jennifer's table for me? I'm going to do Jennifer in red. Who can give me Jennifer? Zach, go ahead.
1, 9.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and write these as you're saying them, because you're saying them like that. Okay.
2, 18.
So 2, 18. Keep going.
3, 27.
Okay.
4, 36.
4, 36. Okay, good job. Let's go ahead and do Jennifer's dots. Brennan, help me graph Jennifer's hourly wages, because I saw my red.
So at number 1, go to 9.
Okay, so I go over to the 1 and up to 9. What's this graph counting by on the x-axis? Noelle? Halves. What's it counting by on the y-axis?
3.
Is that okay? Yes. Okay, Brennan, keep going.
And for your 2, go to the 18 and make a dot.
Okay, over 2, up to 18, make a dot. Keep going.
And 3, go to 27.
3, 27, stop. Okay, and last one.
Go to your 4, then at the very top, 36.
4, 36. Okay, good job. I'm almost done with Jennifer. Almost. Michaela, what am I missing?
You're missing the how much.
What am I missing, Callie?
Your key.
Yeah, I need everybody to know that my red dots mean I'm talking about Jennifer's hourly wage. So my red is Jennifer. Then I'm going to switch colors. I'm going to go ahead and add that my blue is Carmen. Drake, help me with the table and the ordered pairs.
1, 3.
1, 3. Okay.
3, 9. Wait, no. 2, 6.
2, 6.
3, 9.
3, 9.
4, 12.
4, 12. Grayson, help me graph those.
1 up to the 3.
So I go over 1 up to the 3. Okay.
Over to the 2 up 6.
Okay. Over 2 up 6. Good job.
Over to the 3 up 9.
Good job.
Over to the 4 up 12.
Over the 4 up 12. Okay. And I already have it labeled. Now it asks me a question. Kylie? 3.
The dot on 15.
Oh. There. You said it right. I graphed it wrong. Yes, Kylie?
I'm just going to can I do the question?
Okay. So This one says, how much more money would Jennifer make if both girls worked 3 hours? What's my problem I need to solve? 27 minus 9. You could write it horizontally if you can do it mentally. If you need to line it up and regroup, you can do that. What is 27 minus 9? 16. What's my label? 16 what? $16 more. Good job. Okay, so is this really like hard? No, it's just a combination of things that you've all done separately before. You've just never had to do them all in one problem. Okay? While you were working on that problem, I passed out your homework sheet. The front side, I initially said choose 4, but then I marked off 2 of them. So I chose the 4 for you. It gives you the table. And what do you have to do with it? Plot the points. What do you think I want you to do before you plot the points? You'll need a key and write out your ordered pairs. So you will still use 2 colors to do these. Write your 2 ordered pairs in 2 different colors. Graph them in 2 different colors and then give your key for each of them. Does that make sense? Flip it to the back. Number 7 on the back is just like number 2 and 3 that we just did. You have to go start to finish. You will do all of those things. You will make the table, draw the ordered pairs, graph the points, and then answer the question. Number 8 is similar, but it's you do the tables and then you match the graph. You have to decide which of those graphs matches your table. So which one is graphed properly. Does that make sense? Drake.
So if can we just pick these 4?
Well,
do any on the back?
No. So the front, you were supposed to choose 4 of the 6. I chose the 4 for you. So you're doing 4 problems on front and the back side. I was going to let you pick, and I decided to choose for you, but I'd already wrote choose 4 at the top. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can mark out choose 4. You have no choices tonight. Okay, you guys can go get started. You don't have a ton of time. You can probably get at least one of them done, if not 2.